How's it going today, folks? Today, we're going to talk about everyone's possibly favorite or least favorite subject, Kickstarter TCGs. And for the sake of purposes, I am going to include MetaZoo in this discussion. Not really as a phase of its Kickstarter position, because obviously it's not. It's doing very well. But it is in this kind of end of 2021 year, 2022, in the kind of phase of, oh, hey, that did well on Kickstarter, so let's jump all on the bandwagon and jump it. So I feel like it is one of the games that kind of got the train going, and so that's why I'm kind of leaving it in the discussions. So today we're going to talk about, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know a ton about some of these, but some I know a little bit more. And we're just going to talk a little bit kind of about each of them. Well, not really each. We're not going to really take a deep dive into each of them, but we will just mention some names and say, okay, this is what this is doing, and how is it gonna affect it. So the first one I think that is very interesting is Nostalgics. I don't know a ton about the gameplay. I think that's how you say it, by the way. I don't know a ton about the gameplay. I am learning. It ends, I believe, in a couple days from the recording of this video. So if you haven't seen anything about it, do your research. I am not a financial advisor. I do not know which one of these, if any of these, TCGs will do anything in the next 5 to 10 years, even longer than that possibly. But overall, I always say that there's some sort of inherent risk to investing, and there is. And the safer your investment is, sometimes that's just kind of the way it is. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. If you listen to me and you think everything I say is right, I don't know. But anyways, the next one, D-Spirits. As you guys can see, I do have some D-Spirits already. I do have D-Spirits coming, and I personally believe in it. I do think that it's a very interesting product. I personally believe that if the IP is run correctly, that it will do well over time. Whether that's the case, I don't know. And by the way, I forgot to mention this. Nostalgics so far has done 950,000. Yes, that is right. Almost $1 million. Now just sit back and think about this for a second. I believe, I forgot to look this up, but I believe MetaZoo did 40,000, if that. Now think about this. If Nostalgics does have the popularity that MetaZoo has in comparison to their Kickstarter, I mean, that we could be seeing, I don't want to say the next Magic or Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh, but a next popular game. And then kind of going back to D-Spirits. D-Spirits is one of the campaigns that is finished, and it has done 360,000-ish, about. Another one that I personally believe in, one that I'm probably looking into, and it also ends in a couple days, is Grand Archive. I really am interested in Grand Archive. It plays, so from what I've seen, it plays kind of similar to Magic, has some similar mechanics, very anime-esque, which is, it's a really love or hate relationship, which is, in my opinion, kind of good. The kind of good publicity, no bad publicity kind of thing. But Grand Archive has done 840,000, so a little bit less than Nostalgics, but still very popular. Another one, the big one that people have talked about, is Genesis. And Genesis is, to me, I was really looking into it, and I think it either came to an end or is coming to an end soon. But it's kind of like they're in this going up the ladder phase. And they're on the 4th step. So they're ahead of all of these Kickstarter TCGs, which is good, but they've came by so close and so careful that I'm worried about the execution. However, the gameplay looks phenomenal. So I'm kind of torn how I feel about it, but for now I am personally staying away. Next one is Akora, I think it's Akora. And again, I don't know a ton about this one. This one also ended in, I believe, September. And this one was kind of, it kind of was on the coattails of MetaZoo again, where MetaZoo was like just kind of like, I don't want to say they were reaching like peak popularity, but they were definitely on the rise. And Akora didn't come out this time, but it came out in a very good time where people are like, oh, hey, Kickstarter, whoa, Kickstarter TCGs. Last two I want to mention just because I know people are interested in them are Lost in Wonderland and Otherworld. I believe Otherworld is about to launch their Kickstarter, so if you haven't done some research on that, I don't know a ton, and I think Lost in Wonderland is in a similar position, but again, I could be wrong. Feel free to roast me in the comments. But yeah, those are kind of the 7 or 8 Kickstarter TCGs that I have looked into. Again, I don't know the future. MetaZoo might send the test time. It probably will, but you never know. This world is crazy. If you think if someone is telling you online or in person or through messages boards, is telling you this TCG is gonna last, this TCG is last, you just don't know. I mean, Magic, as well as it probably isn't going to, could die. I mean, you never know. Crazier things have happened, and you just got to be really careful. The biggest reason I think I wanted to make this video today was because it's really about diversification when it comes to these TCGs, because you don't want to go all in my opinion at least. I don't want to go 110% into one TCG, because if that one TCG succeeds, great. You make a lot of money. But if it doesn't, you're going to lose your butt. So, yeah, I think it's best to do your research again and again and again, maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 times. Get some second opinions from friends. But I don't want to say, I want to say get second opinions from friends, but I want to caveat that with, if you really think something is going to succeed, go with your gut, listen to yourself. But again, not a financial advisor. Make sure you have your ducks in a row, do all that jazz. But overall, I think that 1, if not 2, maybe 3 will succeed out of the list that I gave. And of course, there's going to be more that I did not list that are going to come out in 2022. And personally, I believe 2022 is going to be 1, the year of serialization cards, and 2, the year of Kickstarters. Because these games they're all going to come out probably later this year or early 2023, or they're going to be in their peak, and it's going to be a crazy year for the market. Because all of these cards are going to be bringing cards from Magic, from Pokemon, from Yu-Gi-Oh!, from MetaZoo, from Flesh and Blood, and there's kind of a big pot that we all have of money, and most people don't have an unlimited amount to spend. So they're kind of like, well, where do I put my money in? How do I fill all these bowls up and pockets and whatever? And you can't put all your money everywhere. So anyways, I just want to end the video saying this: not a financial advisor, and see you in the future.